10 companies. That's all it takes to build the batteries inside every electric car, phone, and power grid on Earth. This is the race to control them, and here is the top 10 ranked. We ranked them by how many batteries they actually put on the road in 2025. 6 are Chinese, 3 are Korean, 1 is Japanese, and the gap between number 1 and everyone else is staggering. Let's count down from 10 to 1. Number 10, S-Volt, a Chinese newcomer spun out of the carmaker Great Wall. Its big bet is cobalt-free batteries. Why care? Cobalt is the priciest, most troubled metal in a battery, much of it mined by hand in the Congo, so cutting it out means cheaper, cleaner, more ethical cells. Number 9, Samsung SDI of South Korea. Smaller in volume, but aimed at the high-end, premium cells for BMW and Audi. Its real bet is on the future. A solid-state battery it plans to mass-produce by 2027. Number 8, EVE Energy. A Chinese giant most people have never heard of that, makes everything from tiny cells to massive grid batteries, and is a key supplier for the booming energy storage market. Number 7, Panasonic. Japan's battery pioneer and Tesla's original partner. It builds the advanced 4680 cells, among the most energy-dense on the market, at over 270 watt-hours per kilogram. Number 6, SK On of South Korea. A fast-rising supplier to Hyundai and Ford, now pivoting hard toward cheaper lithium iron phosphate cells and grid storage to survive the price war. Number 5, Gotion High-Tech. Partly owned by Volkswagen, this Chinese maker is expanding aggressively overseas, building plants in Europe, America, and beyond. Number 4, CATL, another Chinese heavyweight, supplying carmakers across Asia and climbing fast, with more than 5% of the entire global market on its own. Number 3, and the highest-ranked non-Chinese maker, LG Energy Solution of South Korea. It powers Teslas, GMs, and Hyundais, holds around 9% of the market, and is racing into grid storage and even batteries for robots and satellites. Number 2, BYD. It's unique, the only company that's both a giant car maker and a giant battery maker. Its Blade battery is famous for safety, and it makes over 16% of the world's EV batteries, mostly for its own cars. And number 1, by a distance nobody else comes close to, CATL, a single Chinese company that makes almost 40% of every EV battery on the planet, more than the next 3 combined. It is the undisputed king of the battery world. Here they all are on one chart. CATL towering over everyone, BYD a clear second, then LG, and a long tail of Chinese and Korean names. The colors tell the story at a glance, a wall of red, with green and amber fighting for the scraps. Put them side by side, and the dominance is brutal. CATL alone makes nearly 40%. Add BYD, and just 2 Chinese firms make more than half of all the EV batteries on Earth. Zoom out to all 10, and 6 are Chinese. Together, Chinese makers control around 69% of the entire global battery market. The other 30% is a fight between Korea and Japan. And the pie is exploding. The world used nearly 1,200 gigawatt-hours of batteries in 2025, up almost a third in a single year. Whoever leads this industry helps decide who wins the entire clean energy era. Just how big is the leader? In 2025, CATL made around $59 billion in sales, $10 billion in pure profit, and poured over $3 billion into research alone. One company outspending most nations on batteries, and the giants are locked in a research arms race. CATL spends over $3 billion a year. BYD spends even more across its empire, so much that for 13 of the last 14 years, its research budget beat its entire profit. That is how they stay ahead. So whose batteries are in your car? Tesla uses CATL, LG, and Panasonic. General Motors leans on LG. BMW and Rivian run on Samsung. Ford builds with SK On, and BYD, uniquely, powers its own. A handful of cell makers sit inside almost every electric car on Earth. Every one of these batteries starts in the ground, with 5 critical metals: lithium, nickel, cobalt, manganese, and graphite. And where they're dug up is not where the real power lies. Look at it laid out. Australia and Chile dig up the lithium, Indonesia, the nickel, the Congo, 2/3 of the world's cobalt, but scan the right-hand column. Almost every one of them is refined in the same place, China. At the final step, the cathode, the very heart of the cell, over 90% of the cheap lithium iron phosphate type passes through China. Even Korea and Japan's batteries quietly depend on it. The mines are global. The choke point is not. So where are all of these batteries actually built? Let's put every major plant onto one map, and the balance of power becomes impossible to miss. Here it is. Each dot is a battery hub, colored by country and sized by how much it can produce, with a white ring on each company's headquarters. And one truth jumps out instantly. The map is on fire in the east. A dense red cluster across China, a tight knot of Korea and Japan beside it, a few blue dots rising in America, and a scatter of purple across Europe, including Northvolt, now closed. Add every factory up, and it isn't close. China holds well over 2,000 gigawatt-hours of battery capacity, more than the entire rest of the planet combined, several times over. America and Europe are building fast, but from far, far behind. So how does the rest of the world compete? Korea's Big Three, battered in the EV price war, are pivoting to grid storage batteries and premium cells, and to next-generation chemistry, rather than fighting China on price. Japan is making a different bet. Toyota and Panasonic are pouring everything into solid-state batteries, a leap that could offer 1,000 kilometers of range and a 10-minute charge, aiming to leapfrog China entirely by around 2027. Europe tried to build its own champion, Northvolt, backed by billions and enormous hopes. In 2025, it collapsed into bankruptcy, a brutal warning of just how hard it is to break China's grip. Now the honest part. On raw volume, no purely American company cracks the global top 10. Yet, America's real strength is the frontier. Tesla builds its own 4680 cells and is even refining its own lithium in Texas, trying to own the whole chain from rock to road. And a wave of American startups is chasing the leap beyond lithium. QuantumScape and Solid Power are racing to make solid-state batteries real, betting that the next breakthrough can be born in a US lab. Redwood Materials mines old batteries for metal. Form Energy is reinventing grid storage with iron and air. And giant foreign plants, Panasonic in Kansas, Toyota in North Carolina, now churn out cells on American soil. It's a bet on inventing the future, not outbuilding China today. Because everyone knows today's lithium battery isn't the finish line. The real prize is the solid-state battery, swapping the liquid inside for a solid, for more range, faster charging, and far less risk of fire. Numbers are already stunning. Startups like America's QuantumScape have hit around 300 watt-hours per kilogram in solid-state cells and claim 30% more energy than the best batteries we use today. And here, for once, China isn't guaranteed to win. Japan leads on patents, America leads on startups, Korea is close behind. Solid state is the one field where the battery crown could still change hands. The board is already shifting under our feet. In 2026, CATL began mass-producing sodium batteries and signed the largest sodium order ever, around 60 gigawatt-hours. The cheap, salt-based cell is now reshaping this very ranking in real time. And the next race just got a referee. In 2026, China set a national standard defining what can truly be called solid state, forcing every giant to prove its claims rather than merely promise them. Whoever wins that race could reorder this entire list. Step back and the pattern is unmistakable. The same handful of companies that make your car battery are racing to make your grid battery, your next phone, and the storage behind artificial intelligence itself. Whoever wins, the battery wins a huge slice of the century. But there's a catch the other episodes taught us. Inventing the cell is not the same as building billions of them cheaply without fail. And nobody on Earth has proven they can scale like China. This is why EVs keep getting cheaper, why your next car's range keeps climbing, and why a single battery breakthrough can move entire economies. 10 companies quietly deciding how fast the future arrives. So after all of it, the ranking, the money, the metals, and the map, the answer is stark. China holds close to 70% of the entire battery world. Korea and Japan split most of the rest. For now, there is one clear winner, and everyone else is racing to catch a moving train. 6 Chinese, 3 Korean, 1 Japanese, 1 clear king, and a next-generation race still wide open. These are the 10 companies building the batteries the whole world now runs on. Next time on Future F-Frame, the fight to control the sun and how one country came to make almost every solar panel on Earth. Subscribe so you don't miss it.